Here we have a SAT math question. Okay, let's go with the information. A parking meter charges $0.25 for the first 30 minutes and $0.10 for every additional 5 minutes. If Megan is charged $1.35 for parking at this specific meter, how many minutes did she park for? So the total charge paid by Megan is $1.35, and we have to find the total time in minutes for this $1.35. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this total charge $1.35 into two parts, so that $0.25 positive, $1.10. Okay, so here I split up this total charge into two parts. So like for the first part, $0.25, she can park the vehicle for 30 minutes according to the question. So that's the reason I just split up the total charge into two parts, so that's 0.25 and 1.10, because for this 0.25 we have the parking time 30 minutes. Okay, let me write it. So 30 minutes. Okay, now we have to find the time for this charge $1.10. Let me assume they have parking of X minutes for this charge $1.10. So once I get the value of X, I get the time in minutes for this charge, and I already know that the number of minutes for the first part. So when I add 30 minutes and X minutes, I'm getting the total number of minutes Megan parked in that specific meter. And the question says $0.10 is charged for every additional 5 minutes. We can write this stuff as a ratio. That is $0.10 is charged for every additional 5 minutes. Okay, so we have 5 minutes of parking for $0.10 charge. Then how many minutes of parking do we have for this $1.10? We can write this stuff as ratio. Already we have assumed that time in minutes for this charge $1.10. That is for $1.10, we have X minutes of parking. So both the ratios represent the same stuff. That is $0.10. If I have $0.10, I can have 5 minutes of parking. Then how many minutes of parking can I have for $1.10? Since both the ratios represent the same stuff, we can equate them. Now to solve for X, we can write the ratios as fraction. Then I'm getting 0.10 over 5 equals to 1.10 over X. Now we can do cross multiplication. That is the numerator over here 0.10 has to be multiplied by this denominator X. Then I'm getting 0.10x, and this numerator 1.10 has to be multiplied by this denominator. Then I'm getting 5 times 1.10. Then 0.10x equals to, when I multiply this 1.10 by this 5, I'm getting 5.50. Okay, now to solve for X, I divide both sides by 0.10. So this 0.10 will cancel out. X equals to, when I divide this 5.50 by 0.10, I'm getting 55. Okay, now I got the number of minutes of parking for this $1.10. That is 55 minutes. We can replace this X by 55 minutes. Okay, now we have to find the total number of minutes Megan parked for. So here we have 30 minutes, here 55 minutes. When I add them, I'm getting 85 minutes. So Megan parked for 85 minutes in that specific meter. So we find 85 in option D. So the correct answer choice for this question is option D.